this is another one of those moments where it's like, where were you when NHL came to Utah?
You're listening to the UTalk Hockey Podcast with your hosts Champ and Denz.
What's up, everyone? Happy New Year. Welcome back. 2025 is off to a hot start because... Not a hot start, actually, because we just put out the flame.
Yeah.
We're
starting to actually rekindle the fire that once was there.
On our side. But we put out the flames just now. Put them out. 5-3. Feels good coming off of a 5-game losing streak.
Was it 5 games?
Yeah.
4 games.
5. It would have been 6 if we lost tonight.
Bugger, man.
But good game. We'll get into it later. So we're feeling pretty good, you know?
Feeling good.
A lot of good energy coming off of a win. But with that win comes another win about jerseys.
Is it a win, though, because of the way that we've had to deal with it?
I mean, it's a win because they've been sold out for several weeks, probably at least a month and a half, maybe 2 months. And it's coming back in stock. If you were interested and you did not get a jersey yet, like we've been waiting, they're coming back. They said by end of January, maybe early February at the latest, they'll be back in stock. Here's the thing I want to put out to everyone out there. If you don't have a jersey yet and you've been waiting for one,
but from China,
give SEG some feedback. Because if enough of us get some feedback, I think they would actually be smart and actually put together a wait list, put on your order already, and actually get some organization. Because the whole jersey fiasco or custom jerseys has been a little ridiculous. Now I get it. They haven't had established processes and yada, yada, yada. It's a new season. It's the inaugural season. Give them a break. We've said the same things. But at this point in time, just think about how much money they've been losing because they haven't had
but think about how much money they've gained by all the stuff that they did sell.
I'm just saying,
sold out.
SCG, you could get a little more prepared, still be making some crazy moolah off of jersey sales if you would put together some pre-orders and stuff like that.
So you said the end of January, early February.
Yeah.
Right? So tell me this. We've been waiting this long. We haven't been able to get one because when we didn't go whenever the line was out the door for models,
sure.
Right? We get through to February, let's say, and they are there finally in February. 2 months later, a month and a half later, the season is over. Unless they make the playoffs, which they're on the cusp. But let's just say that even if they make the first round of the playoffs, it's going to be over shortly after that, most likely. Are you going to buy an inaugural season jersey anyway? Because you've waited this long. Yeah, sure, if you really want one. But knowing that the announcement of the new team name is coming literally right after the season.
So we think.
Do you wait for the new one?
Good point.
Sure, this is you sharing with everybody that it's going to be available. But the real question is, are you going to buy it at this point?
It's a good question. What do you think?
I don't know because...
Are you waiting for, at this point, because merch hasn't been available in that regard when it comes to jerseys?
It is historic, you know? It's the inaugural season jersey, but...
What we do know is that jerseys aren't changing much. Even with the new name revealed, it's been said that the white jersey will remain a Utah sported jersey, with maybe some slight changes, and even the black ones, slight changes. It just might not have Utah, it just might have this team logo. So if you really like Utah because it looks clean to you, whether it's the inaugural jersey or not, maybe you still go for it.
I just had that thought. I was thinking, they have this waiting period. Do you not decide to buy the jersey because you've had to wait so long and the new one's going to be out? Probably sales will go up as soon as, my guess would be around the draft. They would probably want to sell them around the draft.
Yeah, well, I mean, this season, so you had a couple teams reveal new jerseys. You had the LA Kings, you had the Ducks.
When did those go on sale?
It was like right before the season started. That
So
Fanatics,
it wasn't around the.
No, so you might. I don't know the ruling there on like when they can start selling. It might not be till right before the next season. And maybe you're a multi-jersey person. Tell you what, I love the white one too.
I know.
And after seeing our, beer league Ducks
beer
jersey,
league Ducks jersey,
white
that's
jersey,
white. We're like,
we've
dang,
always played with.
looks so good.
We've made every team wear their away jerseys, even if they were home.
We
'Cause
only
we
had
only-
a home jersey, but we finally have an away jersey, and I put it on for the first time this last weekend, just at stick time, and man, it looked clean.
Yeah, I mean, white is clean,
The
so
cleanest
it's just.
jersey I've ever worn.
And my wife, I bought her at the beginning of the season. I bought her the jersey hoodie, the white one, and it always looks so fresh, just like hanging up. So maybe you're a multi-jersey person. I know a lot of people out there are, and if you aren't ordering them from China, then that's several $100s just for like 2 or 3 jerseys. So makes you think twice.
You do save if you buy in bulk from China.
All right, let's put in an authentic bulk order all together.
There you go. Just comment on us. Hey, I want one. And then
we'll do it for $15 maybe.
Yeah, probably.
Probably
in
not
bulk.
that.
No, actually, probably from China
Well, I'm sure.
if you bulk it.
Anyways,
Not the point.
not the point. They're just coming back. Some people have been asking. I've been asking literally every home game and finally got an answer. Not actually from being at the Delta Center. It
Was that a message on Facebook that you sent to them?
So it was their Instagram. So UHC Team Store, their official account. They finally, it was like 3 weeks. They finally responded. So again, a little chaotic. Haven't been on top of that opportunity. But with that, let's dive into a puck of the week.
We have a puck of the week. Let's go.
It's time to announce the puck of the week.
All right. Winner of the puck of the week goes to Maximus 720. We were thinking about it when we picked Maximus. Right now, Gladiator 2 is out in theaters, but the classic line from the first Gladiator, "My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius," right? So that's what we thought. But Maximus 720 replied to us, UTalk Hockey, and added Ryan at Qualtrics and said the best owner in sports, period.
Now, why did we choose Maximus
Decimus Meridius.
720?
Commander of the
We will
Felix
choose in
Legions.
Puck of the Week. So those of you who are newer to the show, it enters you to win when we nominate you for the Puck of the Week, our figurative Puck of the Week. It's on my shelf. I forgot to grab it. We nominate you to enter to win. So we have each of these episodes a nominee. We choose one of you at the end of the season, and we are sending this person that we will end up choosing to the Seattle Kraken game on April 8th, which is the second to last home game, which should be pretty epic. So Maximus 720, you are entered to win, and you were chosen because you engaged. You don't even have to just it's more than just liking our posts. It's when you engage, or if it's something we really like what was said, not if you just engaged. And you agreed with us, and we agree with you. We think Ryan Qualtrics is the best owner in sports.
Period.
Although some people disagree, we'll get with that in Chirping with Champ.
Yeah.
But another quick reminder for those of you who have missed it, we've posted a lot about it, but we are live in an active giveaway called UTalk's Hat Trick Game Ticket Giveaway.
HTGGG.
Visit our socials to check it out. Just a quick reminder, you have to post on social, say in a certain blip. I'm not going to review it here. Go to our social thread. You'll see it. They're pinned posts. And then you have to tag 3 friends that you want to bring to the game. We're sending you and one other special person to 3 home games in a single week at the end of February. So if you want to cash in on that, literally, even if you can't go to the games, those games right now are 850 some odd in value in dollars. So if you won and you sold them, that's quite the cash prize from UTalk Hockey. So
Thank you, Denz.
go engage, see if you can win it. Some people have already started and starting to blow up. Appreciate the love. Keep it going, because 3 home games in a week is an electric atmosphere to be a part of. Even if I'm not going to put that there. I was going to say, even if we don't win, we'll win them. But if you do it, hockey's just fun to watch. It's always a close game. Anything can happen in hockey.
Anything can happen.
So with that, just a little friendly reminder there. We're sharing the love. So go share the love, and we're going to let someone go have an awesome time
Woohoo.
at Delta Center.
Awesome.
With that, we got a debate tonight in Face Off Frenzy.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Face Off Frenzy.
Alrighty. This one, slightly a little bit old. But what happened a couple weeks ago?
Well, we have to preface too. Usually in Face Off Frenzy, folks, it's Denz and I debating against each other, usually on a topic,
Sure.
a question. Tonight,
Or I put Champ on the spot and make him compete against a ridiculous competition against you guys.
yeah, exactly. And I don't like that. We won't ever do that again. But tonight, Denz and I stand united. Hey, easy, buddy. We stand united against this clown who posted a few weeks ago in sarcasm and trolling on the internet.
Took off like wildfire.
Which is terrible, because he made every Utah Hockey Club fan look like a baby coming out of the hockey womb. And he literally made everyone else look and sound like a bunch of idiots.
Yeah.
And it pisses me off, Denz. It pisses me off. So here's what happened.
You might know what we are about to share.
No, they all know.
Yeah.
You all know what happened a few weeks ago. It was in the Utah Hockey Club fan group. Okay, not all of you. Whoever was part of that group, you knew first. But it started to spread. Okay?
NHL.
I can't even remember his name. I
reposted
saw his name. I don't see it here in the image.
They blacked it out.
They blacked it out. But this guy is a top contributor to the Utah Hockey Club fan group. And in that fan group, this guy is known, if you've been in that group, you know he makes ridiculous, sarcastic comments that make absolutely zero sense. And because he did that with one in particular, it made national social news, specifically.
National social. I like
to,
that.
to the point where the NHL is tweeting
Reposting
on their X that, oh, maybe Utah hockey fans need a different sport.
Oh, look at the babies over there.
Look at the babies, right? So here's what he said. I love this team, but the fighting at the end of last night's game was unacceptable.
Oh my gosh.
Hockey is about making scores and being gentlemanly to everyone, including refs and opponents, not about who can punch each other in the face the most. If Utah continues to be a violent team, I'll have to take my hockey fandom elsewhere. I certainly won't allow my children to watch anytime soon. It's not appropriate for anyone under the age of 18. And it's a screenshot of the fight between Utah Hockey Club and the San Jose Sharks.
Yeah.
So that, folks, can you not read and hear the sarcasm in that?
I mean, here's the thing. Here's the debate, is that some people who are, I don't know how you can say they're hockey fans, actually believe that.
Yeah, they were like, 100%, let's go.
So that brings up our debate question, Champ. Is fighting in hockey still relevant? Or should it be phased out?
Are you...
And you and I are united.
Why is that even a question? Of course it should be part of hockey. And this idiot should be fired from the Utah Hockey Club fan group
Blocked.
because he made every one of us look like a clown. And he's the one wearing the red nose. Crime and Nitley. So yes, hockey should have fighting. That's what makes it so awesome.
Yeah, so I think we should do the hockey community a favor. Let's talk. I wrote some notes that we're going to go over, but there are some key things that fighting does for the game.
The game.
Hands down. So, number one that I absolutely love of what fighting does in hockey is it protects our star players. You don't touch our goalie. You don't touch our captain. You don't touch, like, there are things that you protect. And when you have a star that, what, this happened a few episodes ago, right? Jack McBain took out Alex Ovechkin, who is so freaking close to becoming literally the GOAT, greatest leading all-time scorer. And we broke his leg.
Well, I mean, not on purpose.
No. But a key moment of that game was the fight breaking out.
Not just breaking out. The guy who fought him, I can't remember his name, he chased McBain down.
Yeah.
He wasn't even playing hockey at that point. He was just trying to chase McBain
Gloves
down
off. I'm coming to
him.
fight you. It's part of the game. And you know what happened in that arena?
Eruption.
Momentum.
That's true.
Which is, I believe, another point.
Momentum.
When a game needs changing, a fight drops.
That's why I got in that fight that one time.
No, yours was ridiculous.
Yeah,
Moving
dude,
on.
it was
No,
very
okay.
ridiculous. I shouldn't have been thrown out. He should have been thrown out.
Yeah.
We both should have been thrown out, but I was the only one that got thrown out. It was ridiculous. Anyway, I agree. Momentum is huge in hockey. I mean, it is huge. There is nothing more deflating than getting the first goal scored on you, then the second goal, then the third goal. Like when that continually happens, it is hard. But if you can muster up the power to get one in that time,
Yeah.
you can go on a streak and it can happen in seconds. Hockey is a game of seconds.
Yeah.
You
Literally.
can score 3 goals in 10 seconds. Like, okay, I mean, give or
That
take.
was a little extreme, but yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean. It can go really fast.
The Oilers did it 2 goals on us in 20 seconds the other night.
A few minutes, right? And man, that momentum is huge and it can shift so fast. And the reason why fighting leads to a shift in momentum is because it energizes the crowd, which I believe energizes the players, which then energizes the coaches to be like, wow, we got a shot at this because these guys are in it to win it.
Yep.
They're not giving up. Okay, let's go fight. Like the fight initiated leads to the fight, the dog in you, you know?
Yeah.
So then you all get after it. You're like, oh man, let's go.
Yeah.
Right? So yeah, momentum, 100%. Fighting leads to momentum.
The other thing that I think of that it does is it polices the game better than the refs do. What I mean by
Expound on
that.
that.
So often a fight puts behavior in check of like, hey, that wasn't cool. Hey, that wasn't allowed.
Hey, pass me the ketchup. I'm sorry. I was trying to think of something like another one, and I was like,
All right. You want mustard with that?
yeah, dude.
So
$3 hot dog, mountain menu.
there you go. But what it does is it prevents cheap shots and dangerous hits because a fight will break out. A fight can cost you the game, right? A penalty can cost you the game. So I believe that fighting enables the players to keep things in check better than refs do.
Interesting take on that, Denz. I'd be curious what you think if that's really true, because I've been an official, and usually
Not a hockey official.
Not a hockey official, but a football official, and even in football, it can get pretty chippy.
Mm-hmm.
But it is more constant, and it's almost planned. It's expected by a hockey official. You know what I mean?
Yeah, where they literally stand and wait till someone falls to the ice.
You know, that's a good question. This is completely off script here. Do you think a lot of the fights, though, that happen are planned? Here's a good example. Winter Classic.
I mean, that one's
just
always
happened.
planned.
Is it?
It's like tradition.
Okay.
It's like as soon as the
Then
puck drops.
let's not use the Winter Classic. Give me just a normal game. Do you believe that the pushing, the shoving that eventually could lead to a fight is planned pre-game by the teams?
I don't think planned is the right word. It's expected based off of circumstances happening in the game.
Okay.
So because it's part of hockey culture, a fight should break out if X, X, and X happen.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I think it's like
there's a formula.
There's a formula that
Of
a lot of
expectation. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's better than planned. I'm with you. Okay. But yeah, I'm curious what our fans think.
Yeah.
Make sure you comment. Let us know what your thoughts are.
Especially, which side? Actually, I don't want to know. If you side on the other side that hockey shouldn't have fighting, I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, and you can stop listening. That's we don't need you.
Because if you start gaining momentum in the sport, then you could infect the rules of the future.
Infect.
You could infect. Yeah,
you could
can
infect the game.
The role of fighting.
Keep
It's
your
part of the game.
infection out of here.
But let's be honest, fans absolutely love it.
Yep.
And for the few that don't, you aren't heard in the arena when a fight breaks out.
When we were at the last game, I was at home. The last game was against Colorado. There was a fan next to us who was a Colorado fan. And both of us, in multiple times when a fight was close, we were like, oh, come on, just let him fight.
Drop the gloves, come on, let him go, Rev.
And we, in that moment, we were together, even though we were separated. See? And
it unites the rivalry.
It does.
Everyone wants to fight.
But as soon as Barrett Hayton decided to drop gloves against McKinnon, everyone was chirping that they said, oh, you shouldn't have the MVP fighting. And then, anyway, they fought and they were out for the game
5 minutes.
for a little bit. He still shot a bunch on us.
Yeah.
But anyway, I like that aspect too. No matter what side you're cheering for, everyone's cheering for a fight.
So I've taken people to a hockey game that aren't fully into the hockey world, right? A fight is like their first time experience of like a sport being like, whoa, what is happening? Why are the refs just standing there? This, like, it's just seeing that spark. People tend to love watching hockey, even if they aren't diehard fans. And that's what gets them to be like, I love this. Is cool to watch.
Yeah, if you're new to hockey, it's unexpected. If you have been in hockey for a while, it's expected.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. Wow.
Yeah, we get disappointed when we feel like a fight should have broken out there.
Yeah.
Come on, ref.
Yeah.
Why didn't you let him go?
Let the boys play, ref. Yeah, that's how I feel.
Let him play.
Let them play. Let us know what you think. We'd love to hear from you. Comment. Make sure
that was kind of like a chirping debate.
Kind of.
Back to the community.
Like I said, we stand united. Denz and I here. That first of all, we should cancel the clown that commented that sarcastic post that made us all look like a bunch of idiots.
And we know it was sarcastic. And
it
even
was 100%. You look back at all his other posts.
The fact that you just made the rest of us look like idiots.
Yeah, dude, I hate it. So,
but speaking of hate, there's been plenty of chirping happening, and guess what's back tonight?
Guess it's back again. Chirping with Champ. Tell a friend. Okay, let's go.
Chirping with Champ.
All right. Chirping with Champ. Back at it again. The first one I'm going to bring up is one that actually happened tonight while the game was going against the Flames. I didn't get to watch it. I actually was ice skating with my family. So I don't watch all the games when I'm spending time with my family, but for the most part, we're usually watching the games. But
I mean, you're always tuned into that notification.
I am
on your
tuned
phone.
in the notification, but sometimes I'm not watching, so I didn't get to experience this. But David Timmons did, and he
and
let,
the rest of us.
and anyone else who's watching, they let SEG know that you don't go to a commercial break when there's a penalty on the off chance that there's a penalty shot that will go after the penalty, right? And so this is what David had to say. Dear SEG, when the ref stops play with his arm up and then points to center ice, that's called a penalty shot, and you don't have time for a break. Apparently SEG went to break.
Yeah, I was watching, and all of a sudden it came off commercial break, and they're like, sorry, everyone, you missed the penalty shot. He missed it, but moving on.
It's like, hey,
What?
SEG broadcast team, what the flip is going on?
Yeah.
So I thought David Timmons, dear SEG. So anyway, that's one of the first chirps. It is kind of ridiculous that happened. I saw some comments or other things. I guess the broadcasters stated that it was their fault. They said to go to commercial break, not thinking that it'd be a penalty shot. But you also now know that it is going to be a trivia answer, Denz. What was the first penalty shot? It was against the Flames. But again, I didn't watch it, so I don't even know who it was.
I forgot because
that's the thing. They didn't show it, so we don't even know.
Yeah.
But anyway, thought that was super funny. Okay. The next chirp is actually one we've heard for several months. When the game started early on in the season, everyone was upset about the music. The DJ, what he's playing, what they're coming out to. Even you and I have shared our frustration and our concern with the music. So we're with this chirp. So it's not the initial chirp by Jody Clark that I want to highlight. It's what comments ensue after it is shared. So I'll share what Jody shared.
Humoristic comments.
Watching the Kraken game, you guys, the music in the Delta Center needs to change. I started doing a different voice. Let me do it again. Watching the Kraken game, you guys, the music in the Delta Center needs to change. It's horrible compared to other arenas. So that's Jody Clark. Lindsay Anderson. I love what Lindsay says here. Good thing that someone posts this every single game. Is that not true? Oh my gosh. How many times have we seen a post game that says, the music sucks. We have the worst music in the league. It's like, okay, we're learning. Sorry. Okay. And then another person, Cord Lehman, says this. My first game at Delta Center is next Saturday. We'll see what game presentation elements would need to be changed. First of all, thanks, Cord. And then David chimes in, chirps back at Cord and says, Cord, I guess after all, you must be the final authority on this topic. So now everyone's just chirping at each other, all because Jody said, guys, the music in the Delta Center needs to change.
Every game.
It is every game without fail. Go join a group. You will see a comment after every home game. Our music sucks. Obviously, they know. Denz and I actually shared feedback in the surveys that are around the Delta Center saying, hey, how could our game experience be better? We've shared music.
Other podcasters are out there putting actual things together.
I have a thought, Denz. Let's do this. Fans, I'm going to put a post out there. Denz will put a post out there. Denz will put a post out there that asks the question, what songs are best for hockey?
I'm surprised the survey authority of the world
hasn't done that yet.
Mr. Ryan Smith hasn't.
So
maybe he has.
We're going to take matters into our own hands. We're going to post something. We're going to allow you to share your thoughts on the best music. And I have an email. I'm not going to share you the email because that's my jurisdiction. But I have an email that gets information to the hockey team. Maybe, just maybe, if we build the right list, they will play it. Okay?
Hey, Mr.
Deal?
DJ.
Hey, Mr. DJ, turn the record on.
To the right song.
That's not how that song goes, but I like your moxie. All right. Couple more here. Denz, you actually found these one. You want to read these ones?
Sure. So this is funny because this is after, I get it. It can be frustrating to go on a losing streak.
Yeah. It's the worst.
Especially when you're the players.
Yep. Go Ducks.
We won one.
Us Ducks.
Two.
Mid-ice crisis Ducks. We won one.
One game last
We won
season.
one.
Anyways, so here's the thing. So this is after the Edmonton Oilers game on New Year's Eve, which made it 5 games in a row. Said the Millers and the Smiths.
Hold on. You got to share the name. Orcas.
Yeah, Orcas 1104
We're already starting off bad with your name, Orcas.
said this. The Millers and Smiths should be so happy about now. They have the taxpayers, oh my gosh, paying for their downtown projects for 2 losing franchises. Since 1982, the Jazz have won nothing. The Jazz are one of the losing teams in the NBA, and the Millers brought them here. Now we have this losing hockey team that makes the Salt Lake Goals look like a winning team, and we got rid of them, the Goals, a very long time ago.
There's so much to unpack here. I don't like you, Orcas. It's unpacked. I'm done. No. Oh man.
Where do you start?
Okay, the first part is they talk about the Millers, right? The Millers have nothing to do with UHC.
Now.
I
mean, or ever. Right.
And Ryan Smith took part or majority ownership of the Jazz, but Millers still have a piece. So I get that they're calling that out. But listen, the taxpayer comment, that just taxes pay for things. That's how it works. I don't like being taxed. Okay. Sue me. No, don't sue me. But I don't like being taxed.
You'd get nothing.
But when it's 8 cents, is that really hurting you, Denz?
No.
No, it's not. So I don't get why Orcas is so hurt about that. Secondly, the Jazz have definitely been a winning franchise, just not recently.
We made the playoffs 4 seasons ago.
Yes, and every season before that, probably 1 or 2 in the couple decades where we hadn't, but for the most part we have. So there's that. And then talking about UHC, they have come a long way. The Coyotes were really bad at one point, and now they're good, and they're getting better. Denz, better. Plus, you look at our win percentage, we're actually winning, Orcas. We're at a 52% right now with that Calgary Flames win.
There you go.
So we're over 500, buddy. So silent your orca mouth. Any thoughts, Denz, on Orcas?
No. Let's move on to Smitty Hunt.
Smitty.
So Smitty says, crazy to think with all the losses that there's actually real people spending real money to watch this. Guess the last 4 years wasn't as bad for some as it was for me.
Okay. So he's a salty Coyotes fan.
Yeah.
Crazy to think with all the losses that there's actually real people spending.
All the losses? It was a 5-loss streak. what the Coyotes had, what, a 13, 14 game loss streak last season?
Yeah.
We haven't had that yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. Not
on wood.
not going to happen at all.
Yep.
Knock on wood.
But so he was a fan. Was he paying money? That's my question. Like, were you paying money when they were bad those 4 years for you? Like, this boils down to the loyalty thing again. Win, lose, or tie,
If you are a loyal fan,
you go.
like let's go for Penguins. Penguins, they 100 years this year, right?
Yeah.
Winning and losing seasons all throughout that. But if you are a Penguins fan, like you are through and through,
Stay true.
like, yeah, there's going to be good years, bad years. Anyways, I just, obviously you aren't a loyal fan to the Coyotes. If you were, you would have probably, well, I don't know. That loyalty was a little bit
Good point. There's a little shaken.
But
By
a
morale.
lot of Coyotes fans followed and are now Utah Hockey Club fans
Yeah.
because they're still same players
Yeah. I'm
mostly.
I'm to the loyalty side. I mean, I follow almost every sport
I mean,
with
this
a
dude's a
team.
Broncos fan.
I'm a Denver Broncos fan. It's been 10 years of just drought, but they're so close to the playoff, and I have stuck true through the hard times. And in hockey, I started following the Knights, but now that UHC is here, I want to be a UHC fan, and whether they lose, whether they win, I will cheer for them.
100%.
And I will continue to do that. If we lost all the games, I still will cheer for them because it's a local team in the NHL that needs my help.
On champ.
That's how I see it. It's all on me as their number one fan to make sure that I'm there to cheer them on through the good and the bad. If everyone
Amen.
had that attitude, we'd have the best fan base in the NHL. But then we got these guys like Smitty Hunt and Orcus.
Or talking about fighting shouldn't be part of the game anymore.
Get that clown out of here. I don't want to talk about that guy.
But now, anyways, let's.
That's Chirping with Champ.
That's Chirping with Champ. I want to talk about some of this, the actual game log, where we're at right now, on a couple of insights on a quick Dishin with Denz. So let's do it.
Let's do it.
Dishin with Denz.
All right, Dishin with Denz. First off, where are we at? Right? With tonight's win, that puts us at 17, 15, and 6. So, still maintaining above 500. That's not going to be enough at this point, from my point of view, to make the playoffs, unless a couple things start turning. But we have some potential defensive strength coming back in this tail end of the season, hopefully. But with that, I want to point out actually where was, to the last comment from Smitty, a little bit of validation actually. But this post came out January 1st, 2024 to January 1st, 2025. Where were the Arizona Coyotes and where is UHC? Which doesn't include tonight's game. But last year, January 1st, 2024, Coyotes were at 40 points at number 18. This year, January 1st, Utah Hockey Club was at 38 points, number 20. So actually, at this point last year, Arizona was doing slightly better, just a sliver better. One game better in points wins.
Right. So you think about Denz, we're business guys.
Mm-hmm.
As a business, if we saw 2024 have a little bit more revenue and 2025 at this same point, we see just a little bit below revenue. Do we jump ship? Do we panic? No, because it's not the full picture.
No.
It's only a part of it. right? And that's classic news, fake news that is out there today. This comparison shows you, yes, where were we last year versus this year, but it's not over, right?
We aren't still even to the halfway point.
Right. And so I appreciate what this person was trying to do. There's a chirp with it though. Kemmer Palmer posted the standings from 2024 to 2025 and said, looks like the Yotes were still even barely technically better around this time last year. Kind of crazy to think. It's true, but you think about what has transpired since January 1st of 2024, a brand new franchise moving to Salt Lake City, getting some key defensive players, getting 6th in the draft, trading up to get 2 picks in the draft early on, coming to what is the inaugural season of a relocated franchise. Like, so much has happened, and yet they have maintained nearly the same outcome. That to me is a bigger win than seeing the difference between
the chaos of transition didn't destroy him.
No, dude, that to me is huge, and only gives me hope that after 1 year of doing this and being in it, next year is going to be epic.
Yeah,
and I do believe that UHC makes the playoffs. Don't be surprised if UHC makes the playoffs this year. But I guarantee you, Denz,
we're only 6 points behind at this moment. Maybe even 4 points behind that line to say, yeah, they're in playoff range.
And guess who started practicing? John Marino. We'll get Dersey back maybe the end of February. So our defense will be strengthened. We will have just I don't, with everything that's gone on since January 1st, 2024 for this franchise, moving from Arizona to Salt Lake, hands down amazing.
So about that, the move from Arizona to Utah still put us in one of the smallest, or the smallest arena seating capacity, quote unquote, in the NHL, which is underway in renovation, even in the offseason, approvals, all that, yada, yada. We're not getting into that. But I did find it interesting that I want to point out, this is what fans do. Like, even a sports market, even in the highs and the lows, the fans still show up if you're a true fan. So people that are chirping, Utah's not working, look at them, there are 2 spots behind Arizona, it would have been better in Arizona still, like all these things. Let me point out a couple of these things. So this is through January 1st of this year, so yesterday. The Utah Hockey Club. Now, I get we're going to get some chirps on this. People have already chirped on it because seating capacity in Delta Center is actually closer to like 16,000, but they don't count obstructed views. So the official unobstructed view count is 11,131 seats. So that's the official seating capacity. So if attendance is over that or at that, it's sellout. Now, I've been to a lot of home games, nearly all of them actually, outside of a few. And it is sold out. Like regular seats, unobstructed seats. Every seat is pretty much full. And so we are averaging 100% attendance.
Good job, fans.
Now, with that, I just want to point something out. There's several, I don't know, what is this? Maybe 8, 9, 10. Some teams above us that have better than 100% seating capacity or at 100% as well. But the Nashville Predators, I want to point this one out. They're not having their best year. It's been several years since they won the Stanley Cup. But you literally have a 100.5% average percentage over capacity to a losing franchise. That's hockey, folks. And you know what? Of the games that you lose, it is still pins and needles most of the time. watching because it's such a low-scoring game. And it's just the engagement's there. Hockey's fun to watch. So going back to this, yes, we had a 5-game lose streak. That was rough, at home, on the road. It ended our streak of winning on the road. If we hadn't done that, that kind of would have been our superpower, right?
Yep,
All of a sudden, we have let's say we have 3 road games, so we were at 7, 8, 9. We would have been 10, I think, tonight. 10 straight away games. Didn't happen, obviously. That could be a debate for another day. Is it better to win home or away games?
I think it's impressive when you're winning away games.
Yeah. But I also want to point something out on the Utah market about what Utah Hockey Club is going to do. And I look to another great sports franchise, Numbers, to help us understand. And that is the Jazz. We've already been talking about. But I want to share some of these stats. Lo and behold, the Jazz are what? Quarter right now? Quarter of their games have only won like 25%.
Yeah,
It's been a pretty bad season.
It's actually been one of the worst seasons.
But it hasn't changed nothing. Hear this. The Utah Jazz are on pace for their worst season in more than a decade.
Yes.
But that hasn't stopped fans, Utah people, showing up and packing the Delta Center for every home game. In fact, the team has recorded 306 consecutive sellouts and counting. That is nuts.
That's loyalty.
And though the team hasn't made the playoffs since 2021-22 season, Utahns appear to still be engaged with the NBA team that has called Salt Lake City home for more than 50 years. The Jazz rank 14th in attendance so far this year among the league's 30 teams at 18,175 people per game, which is seating capacity. That's nuts.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Which gave Ryan Smith the confidence that people love hockey, people are going to come show up, and they have.
Not just anybody in hockey, but Utah shows up.
Here's the thing.
Utah shows up.
You literally do have almost an overcapacity sellout crowd. You have every seat full in most games anyways. That's how much people are willing to show up. They will watch a hockey game and only be able to see one goal.
It's true.
So Utah is a prime market. Though our population is smaller than other markets, we are sports fanatics here. And we love our sports, and we will show up for them. Mm-hmm. And so bring the rest of them, please.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care for MLB. Like, I would love, and I would enjoy a game, but hands down, obviously, football.
To that point, talking about MLB, someone said if Utah does in fact get the MLB team,
mm-hmm.
and they build their baseball stadium,
yeah,
but they end up not playing because most likely it'll be an expansion team that has to be built.
Yeah.
So it'll be built before the team is ready, right?
Mm-hmm.
They said, what if the Winter Classic gets put into the new ballpark for the Utah MLB team? Because it is approved.
It was approved.
It was approved to bring the MLB to Utah. Now they just have to work out with the league the details of getting an expansion team, because it is going to be an expansion team, I've heard.
Yeah. Anyways, Utah is a sports market. We are sports fans everywhere. People pumping up podcasts everywhere because we love talking about it.
Yeah, I saw 2 or 3 in the Utah Hockey Club groups recently.
Yeah.
Popping up. People want to talk
about it.
People want
to talk about it. And the reason why we all talk about it is because we want to continue to grow the sport. And that's just the sporting community. It's a unifying community. I love the hockey community specifically from my point of view, an even stronger unifying community than some other sports. But that's a biased opinion. So
that is biased.
Take it or leave it.
Take it or leave it.
Anyways, that is a wrap on our episode tonight. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like, and comment and engage, because when you do, we send you to games. pretty easy stuff.
Yeah,
Thanks
yeah.
for watching.
Cheers.